Good morning and welcome back to My Crypto Journey live stream, here for a big cup of coffee and crypto. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the stream. Hey, if you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like being here. Smash the subscribe button. Why not? And if you're watching over on X, make sure to like, repost, all that good stuff. I would be streaming on Kick, but for some reason they keep banning my account, which I don't understand. Whatever, but welcome everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday, guys. As a reminder, I will not be streaming tomorrow because I'll be on a flight, to New York. But I will be streaming from my hotel room Friday at 11 a.m. same time. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. And the question is, green markets, right? Green markets right now. Are we going to start to see meme coins like Pepe start to rip? Because we're seeing Ethereum, their native chain, doing some bullish things. So it's going to be very exciting in the crypto space. And we have some stuff to go over with our technical analysis that's actually kind of working out, which is crazy to me because, I thought it was astrology for men, and I still do in a way because you never know what's going to happen. But it's been nice to see what's going on with the chart. What's up, Bud? I did sign up for Hobbs's Telegram. I spoke with him yesterday, or Discord. So I'm going to be in there, but I got to get some stuff done before I do that, packing and stuff and those sorts of things. But welcome to the stream. And of course, I got to give a shout out to my boy Javi for being #1 in the stream, even though I scheduled it a little later today. So thank you so much for showing up, showing out, always on time. What's up, Javi? How we doing? We got Selmo Fudd in the chat. Selmo, let's go. Are they going to play Shedeur Sanders? We'll see. Shout out to the Browns. Yeah, Chrono's doing phenomenal. Let me pull up the crypto bubbles here while I'm yapping. Yeah, because we're having a green day in the market right now, which feels good, right? Obviously, we had a couple of red days for some things, but massive green day. Crow absolutely ripping. Obviously, Trump, Chronos partnership, those sorts of things. So it's pretty sweet. It's good to see that happening. Yes, smash the like button. VVS, Tectonic. When a native chain pumps, their tokens tend to pump with it, especially established ones, right? Maybe VVS and Tectonic. I haven't checked those prices. Maybe we can check those prices later today. But that's my kind of same point for Pepe, because it looks like Ethereum's starting to break out a little bit while Bitcoin is slowly trending down, even though we're having a green day. What's up, Glenn? Glenn says we need a pump bad. I know, me too, right? Bud, what's up? Obeid, how we doing? Josh, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? How are you doing in Tampa? I love Tampa, Josh. How are you doing? How are you, dude? Tommy, 2 liters. What's up, bro? How we doing? Tricia, how we doing? GM. We need a green September. September is historically bad for crypto. I'm going to go over what I think is going to happen, okay? And then we'll see what goes on. Sackle Hunt, good morning. Kayla, GM. Kayla, I got your text. Didn't read it yet, but I did get it. Kenjilla, good morning. Good morning. Pepe to the moon. Adobella, what's up? How we doing? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for reposting the stream, guys. If you could do anything that helps me, it's repost the stream on X. Thank you so much. Arman, good morning. Good morning. Damn, we got the chat popping today. My Crypto Space UK, good morning. Josh, all right, good morning. Shiloh got cut from the Bucks. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. I got to start paying attention to football more. I'll start getting locked in here very, very soon. All right. So obviously, guys, the market's flipping green over the last hour. Chronos up 40% over the last day. Obviously, Chronos still up really good. Obviously big news with Trump partnership, those sort of things. Bitcoin in the green, even though, we're cooling off a little bit. Ethereum in the green. Okay, so we did chart some things out. We'll talk about Ethereum first. So yesterday we were right here, right? And this is, a symmetrical triangle pattern, right? That's what we were looking at, some patterns, right? We had a little bit of a mini downtrend, and we said, hey, with these symmetrical triangle patterns, it can go 2 ways, up or down. Right now, we did have a few big things that happened in the crypto space. And that big thing was one person pretty much sold like $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. It dumped Bitcoin a lot in one day, and it sent Ethereum to the moon, to its all-time high, because they sold it for Ethereum pretty much, right? So pretty big, right? Pretty big deal. And it ended up breaking out. So just pretty sweet. So I have to redraw this line because we're not really trending down anymore. So I guess I can just delete this. So Ethereum trending up again, right? So that's pretty nice. I got to fix these trend lines. But I do think what I think is going to happen is I think we might sneak back towards an all-time high for another double top and cool off a little bit, right? That's what I think may happen. I'm not sure Ethereum's going to smash through all-time highs, but I think we could touch $5,000 in September. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. It's a very exciting time in the crypto space, right? Now, that makes you wonder if meme coins like Pepe will follow along with it, because obviously Pepe doing some insane things, right? I don't know why this trading view thing is being wonky, but we did see Pepe hit $11 billion market cap size. But if you look at the chart, man, it's just all over the place, right? Meme coins are so volatile, which is a blessing and a curse, right? Obviously not looking good if you kind of zoom in, right? Looking pretty bad. But I'm hoping that PEPE will follow Ethereum, right? More, SPX to probably do some good things. Now, Bitcoin, I thought this was pretty interesting, is that obviously overall it's still trending up, right? Obviously it's bouncing off the trend line here. But in the short term, it is trending down. Now, what's interesting is that we do have a pretty good level of support here at around $112,000. But when you kind of time it up to see where it's going, we kind of get through the whole month of September, and then we create that same symmetrical triangle pattern, and it can either go up or down. And it's kind of right in time for Pumptober. So maybe we're going to trend down, which I think so, in September with Bitcoin until we hit this spot near end of September and go absolutely vertical. Now, we could have some massive pumps with the interest rates and those sorts of things. Because I think what's interesting is that oh, and thank you so much. Missed Goat yesterday. James Wynn tweeted about it. Nice. I love that James Wynn's still shilling shitcoins, man. I love that. Jay sold his crow way too early. He's gay. Love you all. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, Pumptember and Moontober. We'll see about September. I don't think September is going to be as bullish as we think. Maybe for a little bit for Ethereum. But I think with Ethereum, with Bitcoin, we're going to start trending down. And maybe hit that, lower $90,000, which a lot of people think it could hit that. And then go parabolic again. We'll see. When I think about Bitcoin, it does feel, it's hard to recognize things in the moment, but it does feel that maybe sometimes everyone's a little too excited about Bitcoin. Everyone's making these crazy predictions and those sorts of things. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe, we're just, maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, and this is, first of all, Starbucks, the best, most consistent coffee. I don't care about your dumb little hipster coffee shops, okay? Starbucks, number one, okay? Number one for a reason, all right? I think Starbucks is the best coffee. It's consistent everywhere, But I do want to give a shout out to Obaid for being a member for 25 months. That's higher than I can count. Thank you so much, Obaid, for being a member for 2+ years. I appreciate you. And obviously a big fan of the channel for more than that. And then Kayla for 21 months, same deal. 21-month membership is crazy, but thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you guys have some membership milestones, please share them. I do appreciate that. I'll make a clip out of my membership milestones if you guys share them. My clip guy will probably watch this, and now I'll have to go throughout the video and clip up all the membership stuff. Any TA on Sol? I guess I could do some real quick with just trend lines. All right. I guess I could do some right here with you guys with just trend lines. So trend lines has been pretty easy to work with. Give me 1 second here. I guess I could do some on Solana. All right. So this is what we're supposed to do with trend lines. You're supposed to start off at the highest time frame. So we'll go 12 months, right? We'll go 12 months. We'll start off with okay, that's obviously too big. We'll start off with 1 month. All right, this is a good time frame. We don't need to go too far back. We'll start from the bottom. We'll get the ray tool because we like to use the ray tool. We'll go from the, oops, go ahead and delete this. We'll start from the lowest point on the chart. Boom. Right there. And we'll bring it up to the previous high-low. Boom, right there. Now, what we'll do is we'll go for the month to the week chart. And we leave it there. And now what is your point B, which is our point B, becomes our point A. So we'll just scoop that boot out of there. We'll do that. And I'll make it bigger here in a second so you guys can actually see it. Sorry, I'm just repeating some of the stuff I've been learning. And then same deal. You want to move it to the previous high-low without the price intersecting. Bam. Awesome. Then we'll go, and we can't really do any more right there. So we'll go to, we're on 1 week, right? We'll go to 1 day. Previous point A. To our previous point B. Where's that little thingy at? Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find that little slider. Bring that up. Give it a little bam. All right, so this is pretty easy to read, I suppose. Obviously we are trending up here, And we do have a pretty good level of resistance. We can just say that this is resistance right here, right? So around $2.06 is some pretty good resistance because that's three touch points. I think you want 3 touch points for a lot of things, but we have some pretty good resistance. We'll just put it right here. That's fine. Some pretty good resistance right here. Now let's look up chart patterns. 1 second. Chart patterns. I can't memorize them all yet. So we'll look at chart patterns and we'll see what pattern this is. And this is a pretty good one I've been using right here. All right, so we're looking at this chart pattern. Let's see. This is a descending triangle. I think it's a descending triangle. Let me see. Let me see. Flat on top. Yeah, descending triangle. So this is bullish, allegedly. Let me move this up a little bit. I mean, yeah. So you could just say that. So yeah. So this is bullish, which would make sense too for altcoins if altcoins are going to start ripping. Yeah. So Solana looks like it may be bullish, which is pretty nice. Now, obviously, we topped that over here. This is months ago, right? January, all-time high. $2.94, which is crazy. But yeah, so this has been like the current resistance, right? And what they say double tops, it pulls back, but it did top here twice, and it is pulling back up. So it did touch 3 times. So and it is showing a steady climb here. So nice. So this is supposed to be bullish, allegedly, And the RSI, which is below 30. Which is headed down. It's supposed to be a buying opportunity, and above 70 selling opportunity. So, that's what I'm starting off with right now. And I know I've been learning a few more things, and I can't wait to get into a group with a bunch of people. And Jayhawk says 38 months. Let's go is absolutely insane. Thank you so much for being a member for 38 months. And Brad, 34 months. That's absolutely crazy. That's absolutely insane. Thank you so much for being a member on my channel, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Pooja Gurung says, was watching on X, then I came here. I appreciate you popping in on YouTube. Thank you so much. YouTube, I mean, X is popping today. Good morning, Green. How we doing? Hello, Roddy DJs. Yeah, made the most gains and highest losses here. Kiss my ass. Shut up, motherfuckers. Yeah, so this is supposed to be bullish for it's supposed to be a bullish chart pattern for Solana, which would be, interesting because, ETH is climbing up, same pattern. But I do think with Ethereum, we may inch towards our all-time high and pull back a little. I don't know if we're going to smash through $5,000 for a significant amount of time with Ethereum, right? This is a 4-hour chart. Now, I did the same thing, top down, went all the way down to the trend lines and whatnot. Oops, I fucked that up. But remember, we had it drawn yesterday, the symmetrical triangle, right? And it's funny because some of these patterns are like kind of the same, But I think these ones are clear, right? The Solana one's pretty clear, so this should continue going up. We'll see. hey, we'll see, But it's been pretty good, So like I said, I've been doing some trades, trying to get some wins on my own. And I predicted one to a fucking T. I thought Ethereum was going to hit 40. I put a sell order at $4,006.06. No, $4,606. $4,606. There it is. And then obviously Ethereum went a little higher than that, pulled back a little bit. So that was pretty cool. I did one trade though where I put my stop loss too close to the bottom, and I ended up getting closed out of the trade, even though my prediction came right. I forgot what somebody called that, but people. I don't know. Maybe they do that on purpose or some shit like that. They liquidate the trades, boom, real quick, and bam, they keep going. I don't know what that's called, but I'm getting into it. Hey, Bud, 25 months. Let's go, Bud. How we doing, Bud? What's your opinion on pump fund targets? Pump fund, is that the actual token? Pump? You mean pump? Solana is heating up. Yeah, it looks like Solana is heating up. I said I would get a PS5 if ETH hit 5K, and it didn't. It didn't hit. I know, but it's gonna get up towards that number again, right? Where's it at? What did we hit? Yeah, we hit like 49. Okay, okay. So Chain, you can become a member on YouTube. I have a link to my YouTube in the description of in the bio of my X account, or you can become a subscriber. Which, let me pull up the chat. I never pull up the chat on X, but you can become a subscriber on X, and I treat you the same. Even though you don't get the cool milestones and the cool emojis next to your name, maybe Elon Musk will change it. But I got like 30-something subscribers on X. But if you want to come to YouTube and become a member, there should be a join button there. I know sometimes it's not, you can't see it on the phone. I don't know why, but that's how you do it. But I do appreciate all my members. Spider-Man, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so Solana looking bullish. So Solana should pump some more, So hopefully we'll get there, And I'm learning more indicators and stuff like that. But right now I'm just trying to focus on candlestick patterns, chart patterns, trend lines. I think it's good to start with something small. Poly market odds have to be super good for ETH hitting 5K. Poly market has been so good. I was watching something about so like election polling. There was I forgot what it was called. There was some regulations that were passed and it made it so money markets couldn't predict, you couldn't bet on the elections because it could sway the opinions of the public. But when it comes to money, money beats out opinion polls every single time. When people bet with their money compared to when you call people asking who they're going to vote for, all the time, it's better. So poly market to me is better than any other, in my opinion, when even if it keeps growing too, betting markets are always the best, that's where you want to be. So poly market, during the election, you saw all these different polls and shit, whatever. And a lot of people are losing their trust in the polls. It's just that every 4 years, people forget how bad the polls were the last election cycle. And then, poly market had it spot on, so when people bet with their money instead of just saying shit, then you really know what's going to happen, But Solana looking pretty good. So looking ready for a breakout here soon. Hopefully we'll see. And I think it probably, altcoins will probably move together. And I'm hoping that altcoins like PEPE, well, it is technically an altcoin, but meme coins like PEPE and those sorts of things will move with it because we need some meme love. Now I don't think it's meme season again just yet. We had a brief little meme season at the beginning of the year. Obviously PEPE hit all-time high and those sorts of things. And then obviously Pump Fund doing insane things, all these different, celebrity tokens launching. We don't have it yet, but I think it's definitely going to happen. Poly market is the most accurate because people put skin in with their opinion. Agreed, Mr. Sheik. Agreed. Super bullish on BNB's 4 all-time highs in 30. Yeah, BNB insane. What's crazy about BNB, and it's becoming stronger and stronger. And I mention this a lot. It's been through so much FUD. Their CEO gets thrown in jail and has to pay a $4.2 billion fine. That's crazy. In the bear market, there's all these allegations going around because of FTX, and everybody thought every exchange was bad. And then, BNB was the first one to, put the idea of having a proof of reserves out there, because the beautiful thing about the blockchain, I guess it's a curse too, is everything is a public ledger. So you can see it, but you don't know who's tied to it unless they tell you, or it gets to an end or start point, which is a KYC, a centralized exchange, so once your wallet is doxxed, it's hard to hide it, but you don't know until it is doxxed. Whereas a bank account information, someone has a bank account, but you don't know what's really going on, how much money is being moved. And those are, unless you're the authorities and you just fucking know everything, apparently, sometimes. But BNB, man, went through a lot of crap. They had to stop minting their stablecoin with Paxos because the SEC was on their ass. Huge fine. Binance US looked like it was in trouble. And through all the BS, through everything, it's still here. Right? It's still here. Even though CZ isn't the CEO anymore, Richard Tang is, it's still here and it's still dominating. It's still one of the top altcoins in the space. And it's killing it, I wonder if the BNB chain is going to get some motion again, because it did for a month with Captain BNB and a few other BNB coins, but we haven't seen a lot, Brad says, I'm 8x on PEPE still, so I really hope it giga pumps. Me too. That's not bad. That's 8x is good. Hopefully we have a meme replay volume wise November 2021. Only a matter of time until alts rip to another all-time high. Then volume trickles down into DeFi memes. Can't be more locked in daily now. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Always something new to learn. Daily these days in the DeFi market. Dude, 100% Mr. Sheik. It's like they all lag, right? Bitcoin, then altcoins, then meme coins. And what's cool about meme season is that meme season is still going through the fucking massive dips. When memes start to have a life of their own, it doesn't really matter what's going on in the rest of the market. And that's what's cool about meme coins, is that literally, and Jake Gagan's calling me right now, and we could talk to Jake. Jake, I'm streaming. Say hi to the chat.
Oh, what up, chat? I'm asleep, Rodney, bitch ass.
Yeah, you're not gonna sleep. Jesus Christ, you're not gonna sleep. But I was in the middle of a BNB, yeah. But yeah, I'm streaming right now, big dog. Let me call you a little bit.
All right. Captain BNB, pump my back. bags.
I know that's what we're saying. Yeah, please. All right. All right. Yeah, memes have a life of their own. Remember back when there was nothing going on, and this is before the bull run, right? PEPE launched, it had its own meme coin cycle. And even when Bitcoin took a big dump in November 2021, like there was still a bunch of like meme coins that came out of nowhere and hit some insane market cap sizes. So the beautiful thing about the meme coin space is that sometimes it doesn't matter what's going on in the rest of the market. Memes are just ripping, so that's what I like. Gives us something to do, Ryan Patty, how we doing, baby? Ryan says, oh snap, you've been out of my feed forever. I just started streaming again maybe 3 weeks ago, so I'm back, barely back in the game. But Ryan Patty, what's good, baby? I'm doing well. Tampa's fantastic. I like it here. The weather's ass, I'll tell you that, but it is what it is, Armand, Jake is not sleeping, okay? Yeah, but Solana looks like we're looking pretty good, Ready for a breakout? Ethereum broke out of that symmetrical triangle to the upside. That's good. I think it's going to hit like close to its all-time high again, take a shit, and Bitcoin trending down, I think, and get ready to absolutely pump at the end of September. So those are my predictions. You heard it here first. Bitcoin's going to be pumping and dumping all the way down. And if I'm wrong, you didn't get the information from me. Who knows? Buy my comic books. I still have my WAGME comic books, Hey, look it, I actually sold my WAGME before it ripped like crazy. Even though there's high taxes on selling that shit, I actually sold my WAGME before it like 10x or some shit, which I felt super bad about that. Human but love the area. Gonna grab some lunch. Keep building. Keep building. Later, bro. Appreciate you, Mr. Sheik. Hey, appreciate you coming to the stream and offering some, and I like those conversations, adding to the conversation, and those your feedback is valuable. Your contribution to the conversation is valuable. So I hope to see you in here again soon. I use mine as campfire food. Oh my God. Roddy's our financial advisor. If I was your financial advisor, you guys would be in ruin, telling you. But I think it is funny how the country, what about the debt? Who cares about the debt problem, right? Fuck the debt problem. I've been learning so much about economics lately. It's really grim, right? It's really, really grim. Right? Because obviously turning the money printer on, cutting interest rates is inflationary, right? Which is good for people who have assets, but it's bad for people who don't have assets and maybe have like savings, because that money becomes obviously worthless over time and the rich get richer, And the middle class is disappearing. I think in like the 60s and 70s, it was like 61% middle class. Now it's like 50%, So we're headed towards a third world country, which is fine. Just get rich now, just do that. Fuck it. Who cares? Papa Powell needs to go. I don't, when you look, I'm not thinking of this as political. I'm just thinking of it as like we got to make sure inflation stays down. Right. That's what we have to do. And that's what he's trying to do. That's what I think. What's up, Jess? Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Let's see if I think she's my only subscriber on YouTube checked in. Yeah, I think so. Jess, how we doing? Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, I think that he is trying to get inflation under control. And I think that Trump is just fucking impatient and wants a bullish stock market. But like, I think it's just really pushing the problem down the road. But like, it doesn't matter if I guess you understand what's going on. I just really understood, start to understand how things work, but printing money is inflationary, right? Obviously it is. And it's good when you own assets like Bitcoin and crypto and gold and everything and those sorts of things. But it's bad if, like I said, if you have savings, because obviously your money becomes, worthless, not worthless, but, if it's stuck in a bank account or, you're living paycheck to paycheck, like it's like you never get to grow because you don't have your money anywhere, So that's why I always say, like, this is the type of economy where, and the time we're in where, hey man, if you're on the sidelines, man, fuck, you better get your ass in, man. Lock in, get in there, lock in, lock in, dial her in. Dial it in, get in here, I'm going to, talk about some news here and there while I yap with you guys. So this is pretty cool. So one out of 4 British adults are open to adding crypto to their retirement funds. Which token would you choose to add, or token or coin, whatever? Sorry to be technical here, but this is pretty cool because obviously, the United States, we're going to be, giving people the option to invest in crypto with their retirement funds, which I think is great. That's cool. If you have the option, Hopefully not a bunch of shit coins, which I know it won't be. It'll probably be like maybe like a top 10 cryptos or some like fund like that, but probably Bitcoin too, So that's pretty cool. Which crypto are you guys adding to your retirement fund? We see some Saitama. Yes, lock the fuck in. This is from Crypto Rover. It says altcoin index is at 54. Soon this will be ripping into alt season territory, which is nice, right? So we're starting to see that with Solana, maybe having a little breakout here, Ethereum on the move, Bitcoin going down, all the nice little telltale signs for an altcoin season. So that's pretty cool. Saitama, add that to your retirement. I'm in the office today watching with my coworkers. What's up, coworkers? Shout out to Stays Lit. I want you guys to know that if you're a female coworker watching right now, Stays Lit has a crush on you. He just didn't want to tell you. He said this is a female coworker that he always, hangs out with, that he just didn't want to say anything. So if there's a female around, Stays Lit, he has a crush on you. If it's a dude, he probably has a crush on you too. All right, so what else do we have? Crow going to pass BNB, price less than 30 years. God damn, that's a long time frame. Hopefully I'm not dead by then. I worry about getting old. You guys worry about getting old? I worry about getting old. Winter stops working. That sucks. You get old to a point where like you're kind of worthless. Like you can't do anything. And I don't think I'm going to be one of those old people that's really healthy and like getting up at 5 a.m. I think I'm just going to be like a fat old person, just kind of like barely getting by. So that's kind of scary to me. How old do you guys want to be? Like I see a bunch of old frail people out in the street. I'm like, dude, I would get fucked up. If somebody wanted to fuck me up, they could. I don't know. Rodney, what do you think of Coinbase Panda, bro? I love it. Best meme coin in the space. Love it. It's going to be the next 1,000x meme coin. I love it. Send your Telegram here. Tell them to subscribe. In 2025, it's stupid. In 2025, it's stupid easy to invest. I'm done trying to preach. Have fun working until you're 70. I agree. God damn, that was mean. Hey, broke bitch. Have fun working until you're 70. Okay. Saitama, add that to emotional damage. I know. I will surely be dead by then. I think so too. Wingman of the century. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Saitama, and it stays lit. Definitely not smoking on the job. Definitely not. Jay, I agree. What are your thoughts on the Arbitrum chain? I don't have a lot of thoughts on it, to be honest. It's a top altcoin, and maybe they'll move together. I mean, we can look at the price a little bit. When it comes to like these mid-cap altcoins, which is kind of hard to call Arbitrum a mid-cap altcoin because it's a big daddy. It'll just move with the rest of the market. There's plenty of altcoins out there that are top ones that I definitely don't think they'll ever get close to their all-time high. Like if you look at this is Arbitrum right here, its chart. This is just coin market cap. I mean, this thing peaked out recently, last year. But obviously it needs some milk. And who knows? Maybe this shit goes fucking absolutely nasty, sky high. I don't know. $2 billion, $2.7 billion, pretty much $3 billion. Isn't it crazy that PEPE is mogging our Arbitrum right now? That's crazy. I'm 28, love my age. Nice. I'm 35. I'm starting to feel it. It's because I'm getting fat, eating good food. I'm still training a lot, which is good, I think, for fighting. Like if you're a heavyweight in shape, like it's pretty bad. That's a bad day. Just don't got the abs, I need to lose weight. I need to stop eating. I need to stop eating Postmates. Somebody ban Postmates in fucking Tampa, please. Jeez. Like I'm stimulating the economy here in Postmates. Oh, we got Waddy X here in the house. Waddy, how we doing? Waddy, welcome to the stream. What's up, Waddy? Rodney at least 42. Do you guys see the fresh fade though? I'm gonna start acting different. I got a fresh fade. I'm gonna start acting different. It's okay. Just a fresh fade. Okay, what else? Launch Poopy Butt Inu for his impotent egg. Maybe I will launch another meme coin and just rug everybody, and actually make money this time. Maybe I'll do that. You guys want me to launch a meme coin? I'm telling you, you're gonna be my exit liquidity. We're gonna get some sort of bullshit utility and stuff, and I don't know, change the DeFi space some way. Good bro. What about you? I'm doing fantastic, man. Fantastic. Waddy side duck. Look at. Damn, Waddy. Don't let him talk to you like that, Waddy. The hell? All right, what else we got? What else we got here? All right, let's get into some more crypto news. Haha, use case. Trust me, bro. Yeah, it is. Trust me, bro. It's going to make you rich. Yeah, sure. Rich. Yeah. Tom Lee. So obviously Tom Lee, big Ethereum bull, the one who told us that Ethereum is in its 120x 2017 Bitcoin phase, because this is what he's saying, that Bitcoin was $1,000 in 2017, and obviously it had 125x if we want to be accurate here. And he's saying that Ethereum is in that stage, and we're starting to see it with interest, right? The Ethereum ETF had one of their biggest inflows the other day, well, last week, and we saw some people selling, their Bitcoin for Ethereum, and we're starting to see Ethereum move up a little bit, so that's pretty cool. He's going to become, is he the Michael Saylor of Ethereum, right? So Tom Lee holds $6.8 billion worth of ETH, and he's still buying. BitMine, his company, holds $6.79 billion of ETH and just bought another 21 million. BitMine is going for a 5% of Ethereum supply. That's 27 billion B, as of today's price, billion dollars. Is absolutely insane. You know what I mean? So shout out to Tom Lee, big Ethereum bull. Shout out to Benjamin Cohen, one of my favorite people to follow in the space, into the cryptoverse. Good things happen when ETH comes home. So this is a chart for ETH, and we dipped below it a little bit, but I guess this is I don't know what do you call this? A rainbow kind of pattern? I don't know. But I don't know what you call this, but Ethereum go up. That's what I can say. So check this out. Donald Trump Jr. invests double-digit millions into crypto prediction platform Polymarket. That's awesome. And I think why, obviously, Eric Trump. Oh, this is Donald Trump Jr. Obviously, the Trumps like Polymarket because they're really like, hey, Trump's going to win the election. When we're watching these, we were listening to these polls that were like, yeah, no, and those sorts of things. So pretty cool. Remember, we talked about like betting markets. Like it seems like they're more accurate. They're more accurate than polls because people kind of have skin in the game with their money. They make better, not emotional kind of predictions, but like, hey, no, this is what I think is going to happen. If not, I'm going to lose my money. Pretty interesting. Betting markets are pretty good at predicting things. All right. This is pretty interesting. So obviously crypto.com ripping, doing big things, but Zach XBT is here to rain on everybody's parade. And a lot of people look at Zach XBT is like, I give this guy all the credit. Like his track record's good. He's not just some fucking asshole shilling shit coins. I get it. I'm the asshole shilling shit coins. But if he says something shady with crypto.com, I'm going to believe it, he must be feeling a certain type of way. I mean, Zach XBT was really out there holding it down for the space for like 4 years. I've shilled my fair share of shit coins, but he was going after people like, launching their own meme coins and showing how the wallets are bundled and those sorts of things. And the president comes out and, launches Trump coin. And now we know that one guy, Hayden Davis, was like in early on it. So it's like, they're all kind of tied. And like, if the Trumps are launching shit coins and people are sniping it and getting early access, then crime is legal, pretty much. It's not a crime, but SBT must be feeling a way about that. I think his only L really was doxing Murad's wallets. That's what I think. Man didn't do anything to deserve that. But hey, if he says that something's wrong with Crow, I want to know what it is. It's not them, not burning the supply like they said they were going to do and making more of their token. Because, I gave Kronos a lot of kudos for staying out of the spotlight during the bear market. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on, Coinbase obviously thugging it out with the SEC. Binance US in trouble. Binance.com in trouble. FTX going kaput. Celsius just being Celsius. Gemini and all these issues. Crypto.com is like, yeah, we're going to slash the rewards on our credit cards and stay out of the spotlight. No negative publicity. The only negative publicity you could say they had was like someone talked about their founder Chris's his past when it came to like starting a business and like it failing. It's like, okay, well, that's what people do. He didn't scam anybody, but I want to know what that FUD is. This is pretty interesting. So billionaire heiress Taylor Thompson is suing her former best friend after allegedly losing $80 million in crypto investments following advice from a psychic. Let me tell you something. I know people that are like big on psychics and mediums and shit like that. I get it, but it's fucking weird. And look it, yeah. So 80 million is crazy. What did they buy? Like Saitama or something? 80 million is crazy. Did they sell? Hey, you don't lose till you sell. I mean, It depends what time frame it was. I don't know the details about this, but it's pretty interesting, you know. Someone with a great comment says that even wealth can't protect against poor judgment. You know, yeah, it makes sense. Banks can't compete with Crow 20% interest for a 12-month lockup. What we don't want to do is start to see unreasonable yields, because those don't usually last. But the thing about what Crow did is they were giving good yields when the market's looking good, and then cutting them when the market starts to look bad. So I think we're gonna be good for a while. Hey, BitBoy Crypto's back, baby. Let's go. I'm actually happy for him. BitBoy, let's partner up. Fuck no. At the end of the day, we are trading against ourselves. That is true. I was watching more. Like I said, I've been like on this weird like economy kick, trying to learn more. YouTube is such a great resource. It's interesting how like Warren Buffett literally, his investment strategy beat like 90% of people. Just like investing slowly in the S&P. Like all the people that are on Wall Street, back in the day, they were sitting there yelling at each other to buy things, buy this, buy that. Like he just beat everybody out, just investing slowly into the S&P. And really, he talked about, they made this like analogy. They were like when you invest into something, like it's gonna go up, right? Especially if it has good fundamentals. Like obviously, if you're investing in the S&P, right, it's gonna go up eventually. But like every day, you have a guy coming to you. I forgot what it's called. I forgot the name. I got to listen to it like 5 more times to get it all down. But pretty much like your stock, your crypto, whatever it is, like it's like a person that comes to you every day and says, "Hey man, we're down so much today," or "Hey, we're up today." Like, and you have to ignore that shit and just hold. Right? You just have to ignore it. But whatever happened to Do Kwon, he actually just got sentenced, I believe. Or pleaded guilty at least. Tectonic is so down. Motherfucker got a 10x to go back to where it started. It was a top 100. Now it's like 1,500. Yeah. Some projects just die and never come back. 12-month lockup. No thanks. That's very risky. Yeah, 12 months is a lot. And usually penalties for, unstaking are pretty bad too. So, yeah, but Do Kwon just high rewards remind me of Terra Luna. Terra Luna wasn't even the worst. It was 20% in Anchor Protocol on their algorithmic stablecoin. So it's funny. Stablecoins are it's interesting because we don't. No one uses algorithmic stablecoins anymore because they don't work. We don't know why they break. We don't know why they work. Sometimes they just break, and that's not safe. Now we're just using stablecoins backed by assets like USDC and then obviously Tether and a few others, right? And then now institutions are really looking to get into the crypto space through the form of stablecoins. So stablecoins, man, just a weird, right? All right, what else do we got? Oh, we saw this too, that BlackRock bought $300 million worth of ETH, which is pretty cool. Institutions are bullish on ETH, which I think so. And they were selling a lot. We got some tariff news. EU proposes removing all tariffs on U.S. industrial goods to meet President Trump's demands. Nice. Get there. And Cracker Barrel officially drops plans for new logo following backlash. The Get Woke, Grow Broke? Get Woke, Grow Broke thing is happening. They should make a called N-word barrel. I'm just kidding. Hard R barrel. I'm just kidding. But what? I don't get it. What is this guy, like a slave owner or something? I don't get what. Okay, someone tell me what the deal is. Oh, they wanted to get rid of Cracker Barrel. Go woke, go broke. Yeah. This is pretty fucked up. Cracker Barrel. Okay, so what was the deal? Were they getting rid of the white guy? Was he like a slave owner or something? Like why get rid of what was going on? What was wrong with the logo? Was this guy like a slave owner? What happened? Can someone tell me? Can someone fill me in? I don't know what's going on with the Cracker Barrel situation. I'm usually pretty good, like in the loop with these things, but I don't get it. Like Aunt Jemima, to me, like leave her on the syrup bottle. It's bomb. It's Aunt Jemima, Put the cracker back in the barrel. Yeah. I threw 1/8 into that 12-month lockup. Fuck it. Hey, that's fine. Hey, man, if 1 year from now, the market can look a lot different. That's the thing about locking your crypto up for an extended amount of time is that it looks good when it's going up, but when it's going down, man, and that APY doesn't matter. There were like protocols like giving you like a 1,000% APY on some things, and it worked for a little bit. It's just that over time, when it goes down, like it doesn't matter how big the yields are if the fucking thing's worth 0.0000001 penny. I haven't bought Aunt Jemima since they changed the logo. I don't give a shit about that. I mean, I don't be eating pancakes like that. You know, I'm a fat fuck, but like I get sugar-free syrup because that's where I draw the line. Diet Coke, Diet Gatorade, sugar-free syrup, and I'll eat everything else. The Cracker Barrel thing was nothing more than an onboarding with the colonizer narrative of a clown world cloud. Oh, okay. They better not have taken Aunt Jemima off the syrup. I think they did. They should take the high fructose corn syrup out of it. Yeah, they won't do that. No. Well, maybe with Kennedy. I don't know. Kennedy's kind of taking the red 5 out of our food. No more food coloring for you freaks. What else do we got? This is pretty cool. So, U.S. government to begin publishing economic data on the blockchain. Ooh, that's cool. Great. All right, see what else we got in the news. Maybe there's something that pops up. Oh, this is pretty cool. So, Base jumps to third in NFT trading at 46.7 million over the past 30 days. So, Base NFT is going crazy. Now, Matic, Polygon. I didn't know Polygon was getting that kind of motion. Damn, Ethereum just whomping everybody. 408 million NFT volume, and then second's Polygon, and then third's Base at 47. That's crazy. What's next? The Quaker Oats guy? Oh, that guy's a colonizer. He for sure owns slaves. Bro, are you a holder of Coinbase Panda? Yeah, totally. I got a lot. Sure do. I love that Panda on Coinbase. I love it. I sure do. I love that. And Wadi, if you don't get your shilling ass out of here, NFA, but looking, you don't have to say that, dude. I know it's not financial advice. Wadi. The hell is KTA, Wadi? I don't know what KTA is. Dude, this coffee has me tweaking. Okay, this is great. Starbucks, best coffee in the world. You know, we love you, bro. Hey, I love you guys. Shout out to Panda. I own a lot of that. Bro is not holding the Panda coin. Nectar, shut up. Nectar, can you please stop? Nectar, you're giving it away here. Nectar doesn't know. Everybody ignore Nectar. All right, let me repost. If you're watching over on X, make sure to repost the stream. Share it with your friends, you know? Maybe they'll learn something here. If you're part of the Panda community, why wouldn't you reshare the stream, you know? Oh, Alexander sharing you the best. I'm not shilling. NFA. Kita. Wadi, I thought we were past that. I'm gonna get Kita. What the fuck's a Kita? All right. If it's a fucking cat token, we're gonna fight Wadi. I'm finding out. It is a cat token. Is it? 370. God, oh, it's a base meme. Is it a base meme or is it a? Let me see. Oh, where networks connect. Okay, Kita serves as a common ground for all payment. Okay, I'm sorry, Wadi. I'm sorry, but you don't have to say NFA, nigga. I know it's not NFA. Kita enables interactions across multiple blockchains by acting as a unifying layer for direct cross-chain transactions. Nice. I'm not going to use it, but utility nice. When does Coinbase developer shout out Panda again? Never. What's good, Wadi? How you been, Maine? Nice. It's actually a utility. Yeah, I like it. Hey, Base might get some shine. Hey, we were talking about Base might be on the up and up, you know, because you're going to be able to trade Base memes within the Coinbase exchange. That's pretty bullish. That's pretty damn bullish. I know that's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's not bad. All right, what else we got going? Billy on Base is prime for a nice one. I'll check that out because you're a member, you know. Billy on Base, Billy. Deck screener. Shout out to Jess. Jess. How we doing, Jess? What's good with you, Jess? What you got going on today, Jess? I'm actually excited to travel tomorrow. Billy the Base mascot. Okay, I got it. Yeah, 4.5 mil. Not bad. Not bad. Bro, you got me wanting coffee now? Bro, what's your advice on what to wear on a coffee date? All right, here's the thing. You want my dating advice. Men don't do coffee date. You do dates in the evening. Right? Why? Because romantic things happen in the evening. Friends do coffee dates. You know? Romantic interests meet out for a drink in the evening. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but you meet out in the drink. You meet out in the evening for a drink. And if it goes well, as a man or the masculine figure, if you're lesbian or gay or whatever, you know, you plan as a man, you plan the logistics, right? If the date's going well, hey, let's go play some pool or some fucking, I don't know, some games or something. You know, do something interactive, fun. Maybe get some food, a bite to eat, but you never do big, extravagant dinner dates on the first date because they haven't earned that yet. And you don't do coffee dates because friends do coffee dates. Spencer, all crypto is Jewish. Yeah, so is porn, Spencer, and people like porn. You know, I get it. Hey, look at once you realize that the Jews control everything. You know, my best friend's Jewish. You know. They got something going on for them, you know? Here's the thing. Let me not get into that this stream. Let me not get into that. Let me not get banned. Amanda, how we doing? Hey, glad to catch you stream. Hey, Amanda, how we doing? Amanda, it's good to have you. Leave Jake. Say what you want about Jews, but Jake is a saint, okay? Evening is closer to bedtime. Y'all nasty as hell. But that's right, because romance happens in the evening, guys. We do not do coffee dates. So if this guy asks you on a coffee date, Kayla, he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just kidding. Coffee dates are fine. Some people do dates where they walk in the park and some gay shit like that. But that's whatever floats your boat. But evening, right? Evening dates. You know, evening is where you want to be. You know, like I said, if you're the man, set up the logistics. You should know that when you're meeting at one place. And as a man, be direct and get to the point and plan everything. You know how many girls get surprised when you say, "Hey, how about we meet at so and so place, 6 p.m. Wednesday?" How does that sound? Oh, great. Oh my God, he said, "What do you want to do?" I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? You know, those sorts of things. So Jake launched the whole clothing line just so you have hats to fit that and shirts. Okay. We're talking about the size of my head. Doing good. Hope you're good too. I'm fantastic. I feel great. Feel up to a song with a ha 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 ha. Yeah, but as a man, you want to make sure you plan dates in the evening. You know, we can get into dating advice if you want. I'll put you guys up on game, you know. My head might be huge, but your boy knows what he's doing. The truth is, as a man, first of all, don't be dusty, you know, basic hygiene. Get something going for you, you know. But when it comes to attraction, guys, you're not going to be a 10 to all women unless you're like Drake or something. You know, you're not going to be not everyone's going to want to, you know. But the people that do, all you got to do is not fuck it up. The people that really like you, which you always want to go out with those people. You always want to go out with people who make it easy, right? You never want to go out with people who are like, I don't know, maybe I'm free, maybe I'm not. It's like pulling teeth to get them out on the date. Those are the worst dates. Like when I go out, I'm at a place, wherever, and like a girl makes herself like they're dancing next to you, they're like talking to you. Those are the best people to be with because it's easy. Instead of you trying to go up and be a holler bot and talk to fucking 50 people, you know? No one is getting busy after a big pasta meal. Never go Italian on a date. I mean, just don't overeat on the date, I suppose. But yeah, nobody making me laugh as hard as you do. Don't listen to Rodney. All that damn work, fool. Well, as you get older, it's work. You know, dating is work. Unless you're dating like a fucking chick who's like ain't shit, then you probably call her over just to plow. But it's not like that. You gotta court women, right? The best date is when you take a girl to the strip club. I've done that, but not on a date though. That is what that is the exact dating advice I gave to my cousin. No easy, move on. But for some reason, he's stuck on these dumb girls. I don't know. People really like. Why would you want to go out with a person who makes it hard? Like, believe it or not, some people will go out with you just because they're fucking bored. You always got to show your crypto port and make her pay. Not when it's a gay strip bar makes me feel small. You know, there's a lot of guys who are out there are ripped and they got to fucking, you know, it's just, hey, work with what you got. You know, it is what it is. I'm the nigga the waist together are separate. I'll dead ask in the moment, are we fucking? I always say if it's my idea, I offer to pay. You know, a good sign is, you know, if you're a masculine man, like if a girl likes you, you have to talk yourself out of the pussy. You know, you do. You have to talk yourself out of it. You do. Like, you have to fuck it up. If she likes you, she likes you. If she doesn't, she doesn't. It's fine. You know, but a lot of guys fucking talk themselves out of it. But, you know, if it's my idea, I offer to pay. A nice sign is when she offers too, but say no, you know? Because some girls will offer to pay for things. And like, they'll get to a point where like, I'll buy this. Like, I'll buy you a little gift or something like that. You know, something nice. You know, something like that. You know, but when we go out, I always offer to pay. You know, it's not like established like we're paying. I'm paying for this. You know, it's just like when the bill comes. No, I got it. She goes, "Are you sure? I can split it. I can." Starts reaching for her purse. She really doesn't want to, but I can buy. You know, I make sure the tab is high too. Well, you know, you do your thing. I'm up early. I'm up early at the gym though, so he knows I'm a morning person. True, but you can still do 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Like you don't have to stay out all night. Like some girls are really structured and won't fuck you on the first date. They just won't. You know, they just won't. But if you do everything right, sometimes she doesn't even plan for it to happen because most guys fucking suck, you know? Talk about themselves too much on the date, brag about their accomplishments, never let the women talk, which is crazy. On a date, the women should be doing 80% of the talking, at least. You should be asking questions, nigga. So lock in, you know? But a lot of guys talk about themselves and their accomplishments and try to impress people and stuff. And it's kind of like lame and annoying. And look, if she's like a fucking gold digger, you know, whatever. But a normal woman, you know, a normal woman is not going to, you know, it's going to turn her off. Pussy going to dry up, you know, you're sitting there talking about your, you know, just bragging about yourself. Just don't. And sometimes you say something stupid, just ask questions. And after a while, she'll be like, well, I don't know shit about you. You know, don't volunteer information. Let her pull that shit out of you, you know? And if you're on a date with someone, you should be genuinely interested in them and you should be genuinely asking them questions. It's not hard, you know? And you could tell like by interest too. Like if you're on a date with a woman and you ask her like, hey, where'd you grow up? And she goes, Chicago. Hey, what do you, oh, Chicago. Okay, cool. You know, I've never been to Chicago. I have some friends that live there, whatever. That's great. So, you know, you said you're a nurse? Yeah. You know, like women that don't like you are just going to give you like fucking closed answers. But if she's interested, or maybe she's a yapper, which all girls are yappers. That's how women work through their problems. Women talk way more than men on average during the day. That's how they yap. You ever seen a woman yap with a friend? I see it all the time. Chicks walk around on the phone with their friend, fucking just going at it. You know, that's what they like to yap. You know, a woman who's interested, you ask her, "Where are you from?" Chicago. Yeah, Chicago, but I moved here and I moved there and blah blah blah. You said you're a nurse, right? Yeah, I'm a nurse, and you know, I kind of been doing it for a while, but I'm not really into it. Blah blah blah. And she'll talk so much, and she'll be like, "Man, I don't know anything about this guy." You know. Maybe I should ask him where he's from. That putting you guys up on game here. That's an interest indicator. And then she'll touch you and she'll laugh at your jokes and stuff like that, you know? And then as a man, you always go, I think on the first date too, you always go for a kiss. A woman who likes you is going to kiss you, right? A woman who likes you will kiss you. That's the bottom fucking line. You know, she doesn't like you. I'm not saying when you meet on the date, go in for the smooch right away, right? Fucking you know, but what I'm saying is you guys are having a good night. As a man, you plan a date where you just get some drinks to get to know each other. If it's great, hey, you want to go down the street? We could play some pool. Great. I'm trash at pool, but whatever, you know, whatever. It's going great, games, playing some pool, whatever. Maybe you go to another place and get like an appetizer and you're talking, the date's going so well and she's touching you, getting closer, and then you go in for a kiss. Boom. You know? And then, would you like to come back to my place for a drink? You got to always be closing. Some women are structured and will say no. Maybe it's too late. She'll say no, right? But sometimes she'll be like, yeah, I'll go back to your place for a drink. This guy's probably not Ted Bundy, which is always the overarching theme of like a date. Men are stronger than women, so she doesn't know if you're Ted Bundy, okay? So you come back to your house, you make her comfortable, blah, blah, blah. And as a man, you should be prepared, right? Because you have the logistics. You have some wine glasses, you have some wine, put on some music, throw on some fucking R. Kelly. I'm just kidding. You can't throw on R. Kelly anymore. Some Usher, throw on some jams. You know, you chat, you're on your couch, get closer, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Next thing you know, you're fucking beating them guts up, baby. You know, I'm putting you guys up on game here, okay? Easy. Being single nowadays sounds like a nightmare. Dating is hard work. And you know what? It should be hard work, because if you're going to be dating and you're going to eventually be in a relationship with somebody, you got to properly vet them. So many guys will see like a nice pair of titties. The truth is, hot girls are a dime a dozen, especially here in Tampa. They're hot everywhere, but that's it. There's no substance. They're spoiled, entitled little fucking brats, you know? But you can bang them, but you can't wife them, you know? That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of good women out there. You just have to vet and get to them, you know? And women telling themselves too, you know? You'll find shit out. When people can hide who they are pretty good for like 90 days ish. You know, that's why you got to vet people properly. Stop fucking committing to people. That's how you end up like some of these celebrities will marry, like Tyreek Hill, right? He got a divorce after 17 months with some chick, and now she's like, I think she's getting like $50K in child support every month. That's crazy. You know, she's hot and she's cool. You show her all your friends, like, oh, you're banging a hot girl. Great. It's crazy how many guys like self-esteem is emotionally is directly tied to how many girls they can fuck. You know, it's like, great, good for you. You know, but a lot of those girls ain't shit. You know, and a lot of guys ain't shit too. I'll say that too. You know, a lot of guys ain't shit too. But lock in, fellas. I don't know. The views are going up now that I'm talking about dating. So maybe I should just stay on the subject, which is strange. Rodney, where was this advice when I was 11? Needed your dating advice? A lot of fucking trial and error. R. Kelly and a blunt, watery guts. I want to make. Oh my god, guys, stop being nasty. Are you from Canada, bro? I am not. Hey, what's up, Tony? LML, you are real. I mean, it's true. You know, the truth is about dating, guys. It's not hard. It's simple. It's pretty simple, right? The hard part is finding someone who's into you, because most girls you're not going to be a 10 out of 10 to. Some will. Like, for some reason, I'll go out and I see an attractive woman, you know, and she's just not into me. And you don't take it. You don't take it personal. You're not her flavor for whatever reason. Maybe you smell. Maybe she doesn't like niggas, you know. Maybe she hates Jews, you know, whatever. I don't know. But you go out and you meet some trick and she's just on you. She's like, and maybe you're not even that into her, but you're like, this could be some good practice, you know. Not everything needs to be serious. So, you know, you could say just be confident, but what's confidence come from? Confidence comes from like knowledge, right? It's like being confident and competent at anything. Like, you just can't be confident if you don't have experience in it. So, you know, I really think that going out and trying to holler at women, trying to pick up every single woman is a waste of time. I think you got to put yourselves in environments where people show signs that they're into you, you know? Yeah. No, guys are fucking passenger. Yeah, a lot of guys are bitches. And I think here's the thing. I don't think that men know they need to take the initiative, because for the last fucking decade, society has told men that you're toxic, you know, you're 50-50, you shouldn't be the leader. It's like, no, be the leader. Even really successful women who are fucking chads in their professional lives do enjoy a man who takes charge and who leads. So they can go to work, come home, and be a princess, you know? But a lot of guys are pussies and they don't know that. You know, just stop being a pussy. Just take charge. You'll be surprised on how many times, you know, if you do some of this stuff and you make the plans and you're the leader and you have everything planned out, it should be like, wow, I just got to show up and look pretty. That's it. That's what women want to do. They don't want to be in control. They just don't. Some crazy bitches do, but that's crazy bitches are crazy bitches. You know, most women are going to be cool with you handling. And I'm not talking about being a tyrant here. I'm talking about just being a leader. You know. Now, we're going to do this. It's like, hey, how about we do this? Just suggest something. She's like, okay. So next time you're arguing with your girlfriend on, where should we eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Just pick a place. She'll be happy. You know? Just pick a fucking place. There's only room in a relationship for one feminine motherfucker. It can't be you, the dude. You know? So next time you're sitting there, I don't know. What do you want to eat? I kind of had Chinese food last week. I don't think I want it. Well, I'm kind of feeling like Chinese food. Okay. And then you're going to be eating Chinese food and she's going to fucking forget about it. You know? Roddy, you better not be on the T app. You see some of the beluga whales on the T app, you know? Do you do sugar mamas, Rodney? I had one a while ago, 40 years old. I've banged a few older chicks, yeah, for sure. But I don't like sugar mamas, you know? It's harder as a guy to fake it because you got to get a boner. When you're a chick, you can fuck older guys because you can just lube it up, you know? I know it sounds crazy and ridiculous, but it's true. Like, there are so many young women that me and Jake know that, like, how are you in another country right now? You're a nanny. Or how are you in another country? They have sugar daddies. They have guys that pay for them. You know, they pay for them. But like, when you're a girl, it's easy to fake it. Like, it's easy to fake it, like wanting to fuck this older guy. He's like paying for your tuition or whatever. Like, a lot of young women have that going on for them. But as a guy, it's like, if I'm not into like an older chick, like, how am I supposed to get hard? You know, it just doesn't work like that. And there's something emasculating about being a sugar baby. Unless it's Uma Thurman, then I'll be her sugar baby. Let's go. Uma Thurman can get it, baby. Woo! Uma Thurman, hey, give your boy a call. Don't argue about what a motherfucker want to eat. I'm going to Popeyes. If you want something, let me know. You don't want to be a tyrant, but what I'm saying is, as a man, you just take charge. Women like that. Just be a leader, you know. I said, I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do for our first date? Like, that's so unattractive. Just, when are you free to get together? Hey, this is how you do it. So if you like a chick and you don't know if she likes you, ask her on a date. Hey, I want to meet you out for a drink. She knows it's a fucking date. What are you going to talk about? Fucking no. You know, there's a lot of girls who keep guys in the friend zone, right? And guys will go years with blue balls, not wanting to know if this girl wants to fuck them or not. But the way you solve that is just ask her on a date. Like, she's a coworker, obviously, high risks, whatever. But if it's a girl, you don't know, when are you free to get together? Women who like you will clear up their schedule. There's a lot of women in jail right now who do some fucking stupid shit for guys they love. They will hide a dead body for your ass, right? Women who like you will do anything for you. They'll clear up their schedule. Woman who likes you will be like, yeah, I'm free fucking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at the weekends, St. Patrick's Day. I'm free every day. You let me know, you know? It doesn't have to be every day, but she'll work with you. A woman who doesn't like you will be like, well, I don't know, maybe next Thursday, but I'll let you know. You know, it's like, she don't like you, bro. And that's okay. Move the fuck on. Take your attention out of there. Because the truth is, women like attention. They'll get it from your ass. They'll be fucking Chad Thundercock. And they'll be using you as an emotional tampon. That's true. Shout out to Corey Wayne. So a lot of women will do that. They'll use you as an emotional tampon. They'll be texting you all day. They'll hit you up all day. Good morning. How you doing? They'll never get together. They'll never meet you in person. They'll never put their mouth on your ween dog. Nothing. They're there for an emotional support. She's getting dug out by Chad Thundercock and then using you for the emotional part, you know? So just saying. What do you do your best Zen insert with a sweet? Dan, what are you guys talking about? I always like meeting people out doing things that you also enjoy. Then you have yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're out doing something and you meet somebody out doing the same thing, then obviously you have common interests, and that's great. I honestly think the best people I've ever had good interactions with, I've always met in person and out. Like, dating apps are fun too, but they're a lot of work, man. They're a lot of work. Dating apps are a good tool, but like, if you don't have good pictures and you can't portray things, then people don't get to know your like, if you're out, you know, and you have like a different personality to you, it's just different. And you're there in the moment, you're at the same spot. It's just, dating apps are hard. And then plus, she has to make sure you're not Ted Bundy. And dating apps, a lot of girls will just use it to talk to guys. Like, they'll be bored, bro. I need some attention. Let me just DM all these guys back who've been fucking chatting me up. You know, just be up on game. You know, I'm gonna look on the T app right now for his ass. I'm probably not on the T app, and it's probably good T. It's so easy to be quiet, be a quiet alpha, and don't lose your respect. That's what I'm saying. Like, these streams are fucking up my game, you know, because I've been posting clips, and a lot of people that follow my Instagram see me yapping about my clips. And I'm not like this in person. I'm very quiet and kind of just like chill and reserved a little bit, unless I'm with my friends, you know. But I'm over here fucking yapping, so people are watching this now. They're up on game, you know. I know I'm known as a king tyrant in my friend group. I can see that. Oh my God, you guys are gross. Let me go down to some of these comments. I'm too upfront and say what I want. I need a guy to put me on my place. Kayla, you're a very masculine woman, you know? But guys make masculine women who feel like they need to lead. But a guy who puts you in your place that you respect, that's hot. I was dating a Mexican chick who was all extra toxic and psycho. She was gorgeous, though. See? No, I've been there. No, I won't go to that. But I've been there. You know, there's some hot girls who you're like, damn, her ass is nice. You know, it's like, yeah, but she's crazy. And people will tell you who they are. Some people will tell you, I'm crazy. If people ever say things like that, you believe them. Like, I'm a little crazy. I'm toxic sometimes. You're like, oh, she's just fucking. No, she's crazy and toxic. You know, hey, get out. I mean, hit it, but then get out, you know? Then be the nastiest motherfuckers. I tell her to feel wag me-ish. Oh, gosh. Nerdy girls are hot. I'd like nerdy girls. I do. I'm a big nerd myself. I play Magic the Gathering pretty much like 8 hours a day. You know, I'm a big nerd. I collect Nintendo things. I like Legos. I'm a big nerd. I got a fucking cube and a drum set. You know? I'm a pretty big nerd. I got a Game Boy Color that I play. I'm a pretty big nerd. You know, I am a pretty big nerd. I do like women who are a little nerdy. That is kind of hot. There's a lot of girls who are just like, oh my God, wine and brunch kind of vibe. You know, I'm just not into that. They're hot, you know, But that's it. Damn, 130 to 140. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I put a chart as a profile picture. The hotter they are, the crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy hot matrix. The crazy hot matrix. If she's a 10 hot and a 10 cool, then she's a unicorn. Or she's a 10 hot and a 1 crazy, she's a unicorn or probably a tranny. Come on, bro, just admit you are a crotch sniffer. They're all crazy. No, there's definitely women are all, look at, relationships are tough, man. Like I suck at them, you know. You can know things and not want to be in them, but yeah, they're work, man. You gotta put in the work to your relationship. Yeah. I see you, Wadi. Have a good one. Jayhawk. You're nasty, bro. But yeah, I mean, you know, relationships are a lot of work, you know. Rodney, we want you and wag me. Sure. I'm in it. I'm dead ass trying to. Okay. All right, Jayhawk. This chat is nasty. A lot of work, man. You know, I think it's because like our idea of love is different than what love, you know, the idea of romance and stuff is like, it's like when you're out of a relationship and you're like so sick of it in the moment. And then you look back, because people look at the past through a rose colored lens. We look at the past, like we romanticize it. We romanticize about meeting that person for the first time and the first time you're with them. And then you forget about all the bullshit. And then when you get back with your ex, you remember, oh, this is why I left, you know? And sometimes you have personal issues going and those sorts of things. And it's just, sometimes it just doesn't work out, you know? The most peace you'll ever have is when you are single. I'm in a spot where if it's the right one, I'm down. You know, I'm down for a girlfriend, you know? Never give a crazy girl that D. Now you can just, the thing is, like, you don't have to be a dick either. Like, you can't be a fucking asshole. If you're an asshole, people want to be an asshole too. Just let people down easy. Hey, you know, I think you're great, but it's really not, or just ghost her, you know? Just ghost her, you know? I think people really overblow the whole false accusations. Like, unless you're in some shady shit, like, you're not going to get falsely accused of a lot of people think that. Like, oh, she's going to accuse me of, like, no. The amount of peace you'll never experience when you're in a relationship, you just don't get that single peace. Being single is peaceful. I'm kind of an old man. I'm kind of angry all the time. I just like being alone. I have friends who like to date women and like have them sleep over and stuff and cuddle all night. I just get the fuck out, you know? Absolutely been single 15 years now and couldn't be happier. Yeah, but you're a man. You still need some your needs, you know? I've yet to meet a woman that's not insecure. Well, a lot of women are insecure. Some are less insecure than others, but yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially when they find out I'm really him. No, I don't think there's a problem with women. I mean, men and women have their own unique set of problems. I think as a man, it's like, it's tough, you know, because as a man, you're expected to do so much, which you should be, right? The weight of the world is on your shoulders. You know, that's the plight of being a man. But the thing is, the beauty of it is, like, if you're a successful man, you literally have your pick of the women. If you're attractive and successful and you have power and status, like, you have your pick, right? Women are like, when they're younger and hotter, obviously they have their pick with men, but as they get older, just the types kind of turn. And as a man, you just have it's like high risk, high reward. Like, if you're a really successful, attractive man, like, you're going to have your pick with women, you know? As women, when they're hot and young, they have their pick with men. Like, they're really rich guys who will fly women out and pay for things and stuff. But when they get older, that starts going away, you know? So, and yeah, so Jayhawk says, as a man, you're expected to do all the worst parts. It's no matter how, the thing is, like, yeah, nobody cares about you. That's why when the Titanic sinks, women and children are first. But I wouldn't get mad at that. It's how it is, you know? That's how it is. Kayla says, you overlook their reality for ambition and potential. Yeah, I think the biggest mistake in relationships is thinking you should change someone. If you get in a relationship with a person who doesn't work out and you expect them to work out, they're not going to change. I mean, they might for a little bit, but they're going to revert back to themselves. If you get into a relationship with someone who's like a shitbag or smokes too much weed and plays video games too much, like, they may stop for a little bit, but that's who they are. And that's okay. And that's why you should accept people for who they are. You don't have to be with them, but if you're with, and it's like a lot of people will romanticize relationships and think they can change people. Like, oh, she cheated on her last 10 boyfriends. She's not going to cheat on me. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, she's going. Same thing with guys too, you know? Jayhawk says all guys really want is a woman who's loyal. Some guys, I know some guys are like, they need a mother. I don't know, but a masculine guy just wants a woman who's going to be loyal, suck his ween dog, not stress him out. But that's relationships, you know. Ain't shit guys out here being unhealed. Well, yeah, I think you got to recognize trauma before you can address it. You know, it's rough. You know, it's rough. All right, guys. With that, though, I think I'm gonna get out of here. We had a good stream, Dr. Phil. I know. Hey, Javi, the views are going up though. You know, people were like the relationship talk. You know, that's pretty cool. I just putting you guys up on some game here. You know what I mean? All right, guys, but thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Reminder, no stream tomorrow. So I'll be expecting a stream tomorrow. I don't want to hear it, okay? I'm going to be going to New York, but we'll stream Friday. I might stream Thursday night in New York. We'll see. I don't know. I might go out and get some food or something. I doubt I'm going to stream, but for sure, Friday for my hotel room. Okay? Guys, fucking boo. I know. Rodney wannabe Kevin Samuels. Yeah, Kevin Samuels is a little more brutal, you know, a little more brutal. And I'm not like a guy self-help. It's just, you know, it's just basic dating stuff. It's just basic. I'm not sitting there telling you you're a piece of shit. And you need to, dude, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to that motherfucker, bro. He must have been doing blow and fucking Viagra and all kinds of shit. I think he had a heart attack, popping Red Bull and shit. That guy's the GOAT, but he was more like a self-help kind of guy. You should, obviously, as a man, you should try to do the best for yourself, but you don't need to be fucking Drake to be successful with women. You just got to be not dusty and know what you're doing. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. I love you guys. Hope your bags pump. See you soon.